On this edition of From the Core, we learn how cliques affect your everyday life.
And we hear some startling facts about high school dropout rates.
All these stories and so much more on this edition of
From the Core.
Hello and welcome to From the Core. I'm Isabel.
And I'm Gustavo.
No matter what school you go to, you'll always come across cliques. There are the athletes, the band kids, the overachievers.
And while it's good to have a strong group of friends with common interests, sometimes being in a clique can hurt others and even yourself.
I spoke with students at Robinson High School to figure out where the line is drawn between a clique and a friend group.
This map shows the school's central nervous system, the cafeteria.
You got your cool Asians, burnouts, jocks, the greatest people you will ever meet, and the worst.
Although they may be exaggerated in the movies, in high school, cliques are a fact of life. There may not be separate lunch tables for band geeks and jocks, but groups of friends often form based on their interests and backgrounds.
The social pressures of high school can be overwhelming, especially for incoming freshmen. However, Matthew Reinecke of Robinson High School has found that forming a large group of friends has helped him through it.
My main goal that I thought to myself was, I need to make a group of friends.
Cliques are typically seen in a negative light. However, in some cases, a supportive group of friends can be beneficial. Coming from another part of the school district, Matthew started the year without knowing many people. Soon, he found himself among a group of freshmen.
We were all cheering for the Robinson football team at the plant game, and we were all standing on the bleachers. Eventually, we were cheering so hard that we started dancing, and a name originated for the group of friends called Dance Club. If I didn't have this group of friends, I think I'd still be here, but I would be in a much different place. I wouldn't be the freshman president. I wouldn't have joined mini clubs. My grades probably wouldn't be the same. They would probably be worse, but yeah, it's definitely helped.
On the other hand, those outside of dance clubs see it a little differently.
A lot of people, they just view us as the group that always does stuff with each other. A lot of them want to be in dance club, but don't necessarily ask. A lot of them want to be in dance club, but don't necessarily want to say it because they secretly like it, but they say that they hate it.
According to Psych Central, a mental health social network, groups like dance club can fall into two categories: cliques and friend groups. For teens, it is important to recognize when a seemingly helpful group of friends turns into a clique.
There's a group identity that you can associate yourself with, and also learning your own personal identity of who you are.
Dr. Nikisha Hammond is a licensed psychologist who often works with young adults. She explains the supportive nature of friend groups.
If someone is going through something in their life, it may be that their parents are getting a divorce or a loss of someone or a really stressful move or something of that nature, but the group sort of comes together and really supports that person, that would be an example of the group reaching out to help them.
Students like Matthew are motivated to be in a clique simply because they want to be a part of something.
Being in a group helps you to find a sense of belonging, because oftentimes, not even teenagers, anyone, but really teens too, you're just searching for a sense of belonging and trying to fit in and figure out who you are.
In some cases, tight-knit groups like dance club can experience conflict.
For the most part, we stay together and we do things together, and everybody likes each other and we're all friends, but sometimes certain group members, they do things that not everybody likes, and sometimes some things happen, but nothing ever to break the group. we're all friends and we all still hang out with each other.
Taking a stand against the negative influence of cliques is difficult, but in the long run, you will be glad you did.
Teenage years really are strong in whatever it is they believe in. So, and that could come from family, it could come from religion, your culture, or whatever those sets of values are, but just really holding on to those and remembering what those are will help you make the right decisions.
This is Isabel reporting for From the Core.
You don't really play. Thanks, Isabel. I see cliques all the time at my school. It's nice to know how to keep a supportive group of friends without leaving anyone out.
No problem. I think it's something that everyone will face at some point in high school.
I think so too. After the break, we'll bring you another way to get back into the rhythm of the school year.
See you soon.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Welcome back.
Around the country, dropout rates among high school students are too high.
However, students in Tampa are inspiring their fellow classmates to graduate.
FTC reporter Vincent tells us about a new initiative at Jefferson High School that is working to make a difference.
Here at Jefferson High School, teens are encouraging one another to succeed in the classroom. Dan Erickson is a recent Jefferson High School grad and a former group leader with Student Alliance for Public Schools. The mission of the Student Alliance is to raise the graduation rates throughout Hillsborough County. Daniel believes one of the best ways to do that is to make every kid feel welcome and nurtured.
A lot of kids don't exactly get in contact with their guidance counselors or their college and career counselors until their junior or senior year, which overall is a little late as far as talking to a kid who might be thinking about not graduating.
Without nurturing and early intervention from counselors, Daniel says many teens faced with challenges may drop out of school.
Sometimes there may be barriers that are set up between administration and the kids, when in reality, we really want to have an open relationship and a cohesive relationship.
The statistics show he is not far from the truth. According to the U.S. Department of Education, every year, over 1.2 million students drop out of high school in the United States alone. That's a kid every 26 seconds, or 7,000 a day. In May of 2015, over 250 community members met with 100 members of the Student Alliance at the Tampa Grad Nation Community Summit. During the summit, the students talked about barriers to graduation. They also designed programs to help themselves and their peers onto a path of success. Jubilee Vega, a junior at Jefferson High School, is also a member of the school's Student Alliance. She never misses opportunities to encourage her fellow classmates. Jubilee talks about a conversation she had with a close friend about staying in school.
He was basically planning to drop out. He didn't really feel like school was for him anymore. He wanted to do something else with his life, and I was basically telling him, like, you can go so much farther if you basically persevere, because giving up is not the solution. Like, nowadays, you need a high school diploma to basically work at McDonald's if you're older than 18. Like, it's becoming that hard in the world. So I told him, like, basically, don't give up, because he was, freshman year, it seems like, oh, you have this long way to go. But I was just a freshman last year, and I'm about to become a junior, and it happened that fast. So basically, if you can persevere through it and not give up, you'll succeed. And there's so many people that can help you, our administration and everything. So when he told me that he was thinking of dropping out, I basically motivated him. I told him whatever he needed, I could do for him, because I wanted to see him succeed, and I wanted to walk across the stage with him. And he still goes to this school to this day, and he's not dropping out.
Students drop out for a wide variety of reasons, but if more teens model the behavior of Daniel and Jubilee, more students would probably graduate high school.
We need to understand that school needs to be a safe place where everyone can succeed no matter their circumstances outside of school.
The future wants school. Everybody graduate.
This is Vincent reporting for From the Core.
Wow, that was a shocking number.
Definitely. But I think that the students at Jefferson have really taken some great strides towards solving the problem.
I'm excited to see how the next Grad Nation campaign is going to encourage students to get their high school diploma.
On the other side of this break, we'll tell you what to do to get into college.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible.
And then we're going to turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Find me one. What's your reaction gonna be? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
Little tadpoles, the frogs, spiders, this is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
Hi, this is Nick from the Mayor's Youth Corps with your Civics 101 quiz. There's an office within our local government that works hard to make Tampa a beautiful and unique place to live. It is also the division that lights up the city. Can you guess which one it is? I'll be back with the answer after this public service announcement. Welcome back to Civics 101. There is one office within the city of Tampa that has the mission to develop and facilitate free access to artistic excellence for the people of Tampa and its visitors. It's called the Art Programs Division, and it falls under the Department of Economic Opportunity. The Art Programs Division allows Tampa's beautiful culture and spirit to be creatively displayed through public art along Bayshore Boulevard, downtown, and throughout Tampa's neighborhoods. The division also curates the display of over 500 works of art throughout the city. But that's not all. This division runs the Photographer Laureate program. The program selects one photographer a year to document what it means to be in Tampa at this particular time in history. Lights on Tampa is one of the most well-known and loved events developed by the Art Programs Division. It is an innovative public art experience for the whole family. The most recent version of Lights on Tampa featured interactive works by several artists, including a performance called Heard Tampa. Without question, the division works hard, designing arts and cultural programming that is both diverse and of high quality. To find out more about the city's amazing art program division, visit tampagov.net/publicart. This has been Civics 101. I'm Nick. Thanks for watching.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
This is from the Corps. Thanks for staying with us.
Applying to college can be a headache. With so many different schools and so many different choices, it can be easy to feel stressed and confused.
However, thanks to the Mayor's Youth Leadership Council, I was able to pick up some tips that would make applying for college a breeze.
Students and parents interested in planning for college came to the Barksdale Center to learn more on how to prepare. Members of the Mayor's Leadership Council organized the event and introduced the speakers. They were given papers that contained useful information such as guides, and if you couldn't attend, no problem. we will review main points and presentations. There were 3 main speakers at the event: Vivian Fiolo, Michael Abraham, and Brad Randall.
What are colleges looking for? Obviously, you know that. They're looking for your academic grades. They're looking for academically rigorous classes like IB, AP, honors classes. They're looking at your standardized test scores like SAT and ACT. And they're looking at your application essays.
There are some common components of the application that most universities are going to expect and be evaluating you on, which were covered by Vivian earlier, which include the application, of course, high school transcripts, SAT, ACT scores, letters of recommendation, essay, and resume.
Students receive important information that can help them when planning for college.
I'm thinking about how I'm going to pay for my college, and so that presentation by the Nova Southeastern guy is really helpful because I'll be applying to that in federal aid.
Scholarships fall under financial aid, and for those of you that might not be too familiar with scholarships, the great thing about them is they never have to be paid back. So it's free money. You know, it's money that's out there that's available to you. All right? Please note that scholarships are not guaranteed. If they were, then everybody would get a scholarship, but the fact of the matter is it's not the case. They are competitive, especially when you're applying for national scholarships. I really want teens to be able to be equipped themselves. That way, when they go home, they can make better decisions on what college or university they decide they want to go to, and to maybe interview with a few different colleges just to make sure that it's a good fit for them, and then also be able to have the tools and resources to be able to find really good scholarships.
Grades still remain to be the most significant factor when evaluating students for admission. You know, it's really important that you're staying on top of your grades, and that is your #1 priority. Also, to be challenging yourself, taking college preparatory courses such as the IB, AP, because this is really going to help distinguish you from other applicants in terms of demonstrating your ability to challenge yourself. And then finally, just making sure you're meeting all of the core academic requirements. The minimum tends to be 4 English, 3 years of math, 3 years of social studies, 3 years of science, and 2 years of foreign language, and then 3 electives.
We managed to talk to Rose Hayes, who was a parent at the event, and ask her if the event would have been helpful to her when she was planning for college.
I didn't have a lot of choice in where I got to go to college, so I think it's a great thing that they have all this information and all these colleges that come to them, and they have a lot of choices.
It is always important to keep up with what classes you should be taking throughout your high school career. The minimum is usually 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 3 years of social studies, 3 years of science, 2 years of foreign language, and 3 electives. The academic requirements for high school graduation can only take you so far when applying for colleges. They look for many aspects in an applicant, including your high school grade average. And another thing they keep in mind is your SAT scores. It is also important to take IB and AP classes to make you stand out from other participants and have a unique application essay. Another important factor when applying for colleges is how to pay for your education. Financial aids include scholarships, grants, and loans. Scholarships are free money and they don't have to be paid back. And some scholarships can be competitive sometimes. This is Gustavo Antesana, reporting for From the Core.
Nice checklist, Gustavo. That was some good advice. Now I feel more comfortable about applying to college.
Thanks, and I hope it helped you all at home too.
Unfortunately, not everyone has the chance to even go to school.
Gender inequality has plagued our nations for centuries. Women were denied basic human rights, and one of the most important rights denied was the right to education. I chose this issue because girls continue to be denied the right to education across the globe. As seen in the case of Malala Yousafzai, girls are often tormented or killed because of their desire for an education. Everyone deserves a successful future, and the only way to earn this is through education. Women should not be dependent upon a man's income. Instead, women can develop a sense of independence and confidence through learning in a school setting. I urge you to use your social media platforms to raise support for girls' education around the globe. By promoting the hashtag #LetGirlsLearn in our day-to-day lives, we are not only encouraging girls to learn, but reminding every city and every neighborhood that their women have value. We are ensuring girls a brighter future. We must not allow prejudice to deny girls around the world their basic human rights. As Malala Yousafzai would say, one teacher, one pen, and one book can change the world.
Wow, I feel so lucky to have the opportunity to go to school without having to worry about my safety.
Don't forget to do your part by tweeting with the hashtag #LetGirlsLearn. Together, we can make a difference.
Well, Gustavo, looks like that about wraps things up.
Thanks for watching. In case you missed something or would like to watch the show again, just visit our website at www.tampagov.net/cttv.
Of course, you can always catch up with us on Twitter and Instagram.
And remember, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, always do your part.
Until next time, keep watching CTTV for more exciting stories
from the core.